Hey guys, kinggath here with episode 19 of my Children of Adam Fallout 4 Sim Settlements Forever Let's Play. And we're hanging out in Grey Garden doing a little prep work so that we can start expanding our empire from here. So I expanded the number of soldiers I've got, did a few rounds of sleeping, and cleaned up some of our numbers. We're now short on rations once again, so we're going to go capture ourselves a vassal. But before we do that, because I do need to run an attack from here because the vassals have a range limitation, so we can't get to Oberland from all the way up at Red Rocket. So we're going to do it from down here at Grey Garden, which means I want to make sure that we have more of our stuff set up. So I think I want to get at least a field hospital set up so that some more of our guys will survive. So we're going to go ahead and change this thing over because we have a nice surplus. Actually, we have a bigger surplus of wages. So let's go, and I think it's because I spammed commercial back in our main base. So let's go up and swap out one of these commercial plots up here. I'm thinking that one up there that seems to be on fire for some reason. We'll go ahead and change that guy over.
Yeah.
And we'll turn that into a field hospital. So let's go here. I wouldn't mind having an armory as well, but that to me is less important than the field hospital, which gives us a nice big chance that our guys will survive a gunshot wound, because the next place we're going to take is brutal. It is it's Oberland Station, and whatever that city plan is there is... oh, you're right, I forgot to do that. Whatever that city plan there is pretty crazy. And on top of that, it's Minutemen, which means that it's a fellow liberator, so we will have to fight the civilians. So it's gonna be a big, nasty fight. But whoever designed that city plan went crazy with the turrets, so gonna be rough. In fact, I'm half tempted to sneak over there and snipe without starting an assault first and kind of weaken up some of their defenses, because it's gonna be rough. All right, let's go ahead and swap out this plot here. Marshall. Okay, that's gonna take a moment. The other benefit to swapping that one out instead of the industrial is I don't have to find someone to work it, because it looks like this industrial plot does not have anybody assigned. So this place, I do have, how many people do I have living here? 18 living here. And so none of the plots should be empty, but I built a few more plots to try and fix some of our food issues. So I built a handful more agricultural plots, and so I screwed up the numbers a little bit. And then I was juggling some people around different outposts trying to get the numbers just right, and I didn't quite get there, and then I gave up. Because I was tired of chasing people around. So there's also a lot of civilians here, and in the last episode I mentioned that I'm thinking it'd be a good idea to allow sending civilians out of outposts to other settlements, not just to other outposts, and so that's definitely on my docket for the next patch, but that's still not for a couple of weeks. So until then, I'm just playing with the same live code that you guys are, and as usual, hopefully we'll find some more bugs that are minor and need fixing that you guys have wanted, but not so nasty that they screw up my playthrough. That's always my hope every week. So let's see here. All right, we got the plot up here. This one still hasn't cleaned up, but I just need the ASAM sensor to appear. Are you ready yet? No. I set up myself a little office in here. Actually, the office was mostly set up. I just added a war planner's desk so that we could run some assaults from here, but we're not quite ready. I do need to get that field hospital set up for certain, and I think I want to go. Actually, I guess while we wait for this, because this can always take a little while, let's go pop our head into the Oberland Station area again. Do a little scouting. Obviously, I scouted it enough to mark it on my map, but I want to actually pay attention to who's there, what we're going to be facing. From what I remember, it was just boatloads of turrets, just tons and tons and tons of turrets, and that was my lot in life at, I think, Sunshine, and where all I did was hunt down turrets. Might be the same for this. I might just be on turret hunting duty. And for that, I think I've said this. I was saying this even in my Raider playthrough, that I really need just like an anti-turret weapon. And I don't know what it would be, rocket launcher, or what I really wanted to get was one of the mods I have is a weapon by the Rizzler. It was designed to be anti-power armor, but I'm betting it works real nice on turrets, and I was hoping to get a hold of that, but I have no idea where that weapon is, and I couldn't even tell you what it's called anymore. I can see it in my head. It looks like a gigantic magnum, but we'll see what we can find here. All right, so let's peek our heads over. So those aren't anything. I think there's a bunch of laser turrets down here. Oh yeah, though I just see it peeking up right there. That looks like a heavy laser turret. Another heavy laser turret. What else do we got here? You know what actually might be a cool little feature would be the ability, and so there's probably a mod that does this, but like to mark targets and like have a map objective on them, and just like, you know, highlight over and be like, oh hey, there's a turret, let's mark it so I can remember where it is. That could be kind of cool. What else do we got going on here? I actually think I could probably just stroll right into this town because we're fellow liberators. Let's try that. Yep, we don't have to be sneaking around out here. They don't know that what we're planning, so we can just walk around in here. Hey guys, don't mind me. Just your local preachers spreading the word of Adam. Anyone interested?
Yes.
Have you heard of Adam?
Yeah.
Man, this makes me want to do some Hitman style or Assassin's Creed stuff and just like hidden blade to the neck. Well, I guess that would have been a terrible guy to do it to since he's right out in the open, but maybe this guy.
Yeah.
Hey, come over here, hang out with us in this corner. And then cut your throat. One less Minuteman to deal with. What else we got in here? There's a lot of guys tucked away in here. Also a lot of trees growing through. This is one of the problems with the greenery mods is they did not seem to care about overrunning settlements with unscrappable trees and whatnot, which is kind of a bummer. But whatever. A lot of tree houses in our settlements that we didn't anticipate. Okay, so the civilians are all napping. Yeah, these are my favorite settlements to attack. Ones that don't have like the full walls, just because you have so many different ways you could potentially approach it. But we're definitely not running right up on that main area because that's where all the turrets are. So I think we got to come from the south here. All right, cool. We got a plan now. All right, let's go see if our field hospital is ready. Okay, there we go. Got the field hospital building in progress. And let's take a peek around here and see what else we could give up. Let's go up to the top floor. Maybe there's some other 2x2s we could swap over as well. I won't wait for them to get swapped over, but I'm just curious what else we have room for in here without having to change this design too much or add to it, because we're already shy on beds. And actually, no, see, we should have enough beds here. I wonder why. It's showing we got 18 out of 18 out of 15 that the city plan supports. That's right. So there must be something else going on that people aren't taking that on, or it could be maybe my personal. I thought I got my personal guards somewhere else. Maybe this place is empty too. I don't know what is going on here with the assignment. I'm definitely gonna have to run the town meeting gavel. Is this yeah, another commercial plot? Okay, this guy could be. Maybe we put an armory up here. Let's see here. Customize plot. Oh wait, what am I? We also need. I also want to get a training yard up at all these places, but let's start with the armory. Okay, and again, that's going to take a little bit. So let's head back down. Okay, most of these places have people living in them.
The bodies of the heretics I have burned, and for each one, I bring a smile on the lips of Adam.
I did run into an issue with because I was on when I did this assault. I wasn't on the latest patch, so I didn't have some of the improvements that were made to the assault system so that things wouldn't get locked up. So it's very likely that this save has a bunch of suspended scripts. Though I did find out last week when I was researching things that suspended stacks and active scripts can actually get just permanently left in the save, and that doesn't necessarily mean the save is borked. And it can just mean that those particular functions, are just never going to complete, and that's okay. And that might be the case that we've got going on here, because I think there's a few things that didn't quite turn over correctly in this, but I've played so much in Far Harbor, I've messed around with my menus, and I've yet to have anything fail to complete, so I don't think we have any scripts that are locked up to the point of we're screwed. I just think we have a few that are a few things that just didn't complete in here, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. All right, let's see. I think we had a Children of Adam skin for this. Let's go. Change building skin. No skins found for this building. Okay, maybe not. All right, I'm sure there is one. I just, for whatever reason, it's not coming up. Okay, so let's give ourselves a little quick save here. Let's see, save up 19 pre-raid. All right, let's set ourselves up a redemption. We need a vassal. We need your food, Oberland. Yes. Sorry that your fellow liberators. Should have sided with the right god, and then you'd be okay. Let's add the demagogues. Oh, I did unlock a new. I unlocked a new special unit, but I have not recruited any since then. It happened right before I started recording, and I couldn't even tell you what the name of it is. But I will definitely queue some up after we take on Oberland, if we can fix our food, our rations rather. Let's see, and then we're taking the full squad. Don't care what happens if that causes us problems. Not too bad. Okay, gathering forces for an attack. All right, let's start sweeping northward. All right, this week Raybo's got a couple more for us. Actually, I think one of them I might have added to his list for him, because I know he's going to put it on next week. So sorry, buddy, you'll have to find another one to fill in this slot. But that is Encounter Zone Recalculation by EA6T. And this is a really cool mod, and it seems especially useful for Conqueror players. And basically what it does is, rather than locking in an area into the encounter zone it was set at based on your level, so I guess this requires a little more back-end information on how the Creation Engine games work. Basically, every area in the game is rated for a range of levels, so that whether the player shows up at level 20 or level 40, the moment they appear there, it will be a reasonable challenge for them. At least that's the goal of it. And what happens is, as soon as you enter an encounter zone for the first time, it gets locked to the level you were at that point. Then whenever that cell resets later, it is reset again as if the player or that encounter zone should be that same level. So for example, if you went into a building at level 6 and that place was rated for, say, 10 to 40, it would get rated at level 10. And then if you came back later at level 40, it would still be rated for level 10. Well, what this mod does is it makes it so those encounter zones will recalculate based on your current level whenever they reset. And the reason I mention this in the scope of Conqueror is that Conqueror's recruits and the soldiers you fight against and the people that attack your settlements are all based on the encounter zone. And so having this will make sure that you have a constant challenge and that your recruits are constantly up to the job as new ones are spawned in. So this seems like such a great fit for Conqueror players. All right, next up we have Clean My Settlement by Whisper. This is very similar to the mod I mentioned last week, and that gives you a way to clean up your settlement without breaking pre-combines. And the way this does it is very, very clever. It basically hides all of the textures, or makes the textures invisible for all of the plant life that is there by vanilla, and then creates a duplicate copy of them that are in the game world and scrappable that aren't part of the pre-combine. So that way you've kind of got best of both worlds. You've got your pre-combines re-enabled, but you can still clean up all of the grass and weeds and stuff that you'd like. So this seems like a great addition. It might be something that I actually play with for Abernathy, since I've just been pissing and moaning about all of the greenery. Now, obviously, it wouldn't work in the context of the workshop framework layout when I release it, but for the sake of the place looking nicer for the stream, or for the videos, that'll work. So check out Clean My Settlement by Whisper. Okay, so now the next question is, can I manage to sweep around or even find my way around with all these crazy trees? So I used the squad command menu to put my guys on do not engage, so hopefully they will not accidentally start this fight for us. And I'm really relying on the map marker right now and on my compass to figure out where the heck I am. It's so crazy how much all these mods, the landscape mods, really change the world and make it unrecognizable. I'm actually pretty stoked to play with some of the winter mods next. Although, whatever I play with, I definitely need to make sure that they don't destroy my FPS quite as badly as these ones do, because I've heard a number of comments now saying that this can be hard to watch, which I will say from my own personal experience. I think I said this a couple episodes ago, but it is way easier to watch low FPS if you just don't put it full screen. Like watching a low FPS video from a first-person perspective in full screen is so nauseating, but just switching it down to windowed mode or just a small window in your browser makes it way more easy to deal with. What is this? What is going on here? Oh, it's the UFO. All right, we'll come deal with that later. Oh, who are you? Oh, just a visitor, the locksmith. Oh, all the visitors are probably bailing. They're like, yeah, nah, We're not sticking around for this. Ranch hand. Yeah, these are all the visitors. They're all on their way out. Oh, but there's probably too many NPCs in here for their AI packages to catch up. Because there's so many NPCs in the area right now. Rachel Oberland. There, that's who I want. That's going to be my first target. Sniper, get sniped. Sorry, Rachel. Okay. Gotcha. Oh. Was that Hal? Is he running in? Oh my god, with these turrets. Oh, there's another turret over here in the bushes. There we go. This thing's actually not bad not a bad turret hunter. Help defend Longfellow's cabin. No thanks. Oh, what's this? Hey, bud. Why are you invulnerable? Sidearm. Who's over here? Hey. Not a fan of that. Got a crit on somebody in there. Still at full health. There we go. Head off. Oh, look out, guys. Oh my god. I swear I just killed that turret. Oh, it's got multiple stacked up. That's the problem. Something bugged out in that turret. That plot spawned several turrets. There we go. Oh, come on. We were doing mediocre. Okay, so this time I think we're going to avoid the turrets because I believe this settlement had some problems and it double spawned a bunch of turrets. So we're going to just go with you and you. Humans! Destroy them all! Oh, hey, civilian. Get down. Okay, this turret we're taking out because it's right up on her. Yeah, no. Whoa, somebody's got a rocket launcher. Oh, my whole squad's up in front of me here. Let's see. You look like you're probably a bad guy. Ah, damn it. Not a fan of that. Thank God that we don't have that, the unfreeze time in Pip-Boy mod yet. That would be brutal. Probably not worth using with raids. Okay, I see all your bullets. Apparently, I am godlike. You guys are barely scratching me here. Hey, you. Nope, sit down. Okay. Whoa! That was not a smart move. Oh, that looks like another dead personal guard. That's unfortunate. Okay, not many left here. Like a lot of those red marks are still just turrets, which we're ignoring. Alright, who's still out there? Is that it? Okay, everybody, fall back. Come on, let's go. Even if it's just my personal guards, get back. The turrets will stop in a second. We actually might not have lost that many guys. Whoa. Oh no, are you kidding me? No! Why didn't I save? I deserved that one. Okay, campers, rise and shine. And don't forget your booties, because it's cold out there today. I am taking cover. There we go. 7 rounds in ya. That's all it took. There we go. There we go. Love seeing those little map markers. Makes me think we might have a chance. There we go. Love seeing those heads pop. Got him. Okay. All right. Safe. Just a quick save, that's fine. Alright, now let's clean up some turrets. Alright, we've got everything under control. Turrets are all destroyed or reset if they're on the plots. And you can see we've got our Children of Adam flag flying, and we've taken over all the martial plots now, so that's feeling good. So if we look at the numbers down there, we came in, or when we started we had 20. Now we've got 11 warriors and 4 guards from here, so it means we lost 5 guys. That's acceptable for the beast of a settlement this was. Man, the Minutemen are not to be messed with. I got to remember that next time I choose a target, because those mods we have, the what was it? What are the Minutemen? Whatever ones add all these crazy equipment for the Minutemen. I can't remember. I've got 2 mods that do it, and they are tough as nails. And I lost a lot of my personal guards. I think I got 1 left, so that's a real bummer. But that's okay. We'll eventually get a legend. I have to pop in and show you guys this plot if you've never seen it before. This is from RS Buildings, I believe. I think that's what the add-on pack's called. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Yeah, RS Buildings by Robot Smell. Look at this. Look at all these animated objects he's got in here. This is crazy. I think he's even got like a little Brahmin out in the back with a little milking device. That's hilarious. Man, if you're not using this add-on pack, highly recommend it. He's got all sorts of crazy animated things set up in his various plot designs. But you know what? This epic battle of Oberland Station has taught me a couple of things. One is that I need to turn off visitors, because as soon as I disabled a bunch of visitors, that stopped the crashing that I was having. So that's just too much AI over here. I mean, there were so much. There was like 15 visitors, or I'm sorry, 15 civilians, probably half a dozen visitors, and then all of the Minutemen plus our 15 guys was just too much. The game, that's why the game kept crashing. So once I started disabling them, I actually just did it manually by clicking on each of the visitors and hitting disable. It stopped the crashing, so that was good. And the second thing it taught me is that I need to take my outposts a little more seriously, take a little more time to actually make sure we build up the armories and the field hospitals and all those little extra things to make sure that we actually stand a chance during these fights, because it's getting pretty rough. And I imagine this is not going to be the last Minutemen outpost we've got to take. So I think this is it. This is all you guys get of Children. You might be wondering, but why? That didn't take that long. Well, that's due to the magic of editing. In reality, this place took me like 2.5 hours to actually claim. That's how resilient I was. You're welcome. So let's go to the peaceful side of Abernathy Farm and continue to work on our Minuteman build. Endorsement time, and we're going to continue with this alternate way to do endorsements on Nexus. So if you guys aren't familiar with this screen right here, this is one that'll work for everybody, not just people who are using Vortex. I'm currently off of Vortex for various reasons, and if you want to get here and quickly endorse your favorite mods, just go to your little icon up here, click here, and go to Site Preferences, and then on the download history, you get this nice list of all the mods you've ever downloaded. Wow, I've downloaded quite a few. Although I would have expected higher, actually, because I think this includes all the different games you've downloaded for, so that's actually shockingly low. Anyway, I digress. The point is, you can quickly run down here, click on that thumbs up to give out those endorsements, and then you can click the actual link to the mod from here if you want to go leave them a comment and really inspire those mod authors to keep producing more cool stuff. So I highly recommend you guys pop in here and do this periodically. It just takes a moment to click that thumbs up, and it can get somebody into hot files or just make them know and see that they are appreciated. All right, so after getting our butts kicked by the Minutemen for a while, it's time to join them. So this week I had some suggestions sent in, mostly by ModHunter42, who came up with some of the stuff we introduced in Sunshine. And one of those I'm actually going to use verbatim. I did a differential between one of the blueprints he sent in, and we're going to put it in. He actually did this really cool thing, making this a bunch of windmills and whatnot. But his suggestions also showed me how much space this place has. Like, he had built this gigantic bunker structure back here, and there was still plenty of room for plots over there, and like it easily would have housed our entire army's worth, and then had plenty of space. And then this giant watchtower. There's just so much space here. It just didn't really. I'm so used to building with plots and sprawling out, but as soon as you introduce something like a bunkhouse, you really just open up the door for a ton and ton of building here. So let's start by importing that thing I named the power tower in the files here. So let's go to Manage, Settlement Layout, Build Layouts, and we're going to use this, and we're going to skip the scrapping. Now he's got a bunch of like little stuff that he figured out, and I'll put a link down to the massive amount of work he did on suggestions, including a lot of descriptions and how he went about building these things. It's just a whole lot of information that I think some of you guys might appreciate if you're looking to do some interesting builds. But he's got some of this stuff, like these floating things here, mean something based on that stuff on the Imager album. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to just scrap all that and those little floaty things and just use it for the aesthetics. I'm loving this gigantic ladder. We might need to add some reinforcement to that at some point, but I'm not going to get caught up on that right now. But actually, I am going to... Let's see, what was that connect? What does that need to connect to? Does that need to connect to here? No, I don't think so. I'm going to climb it just because I love climbing these ladders. It's so much fun. Let's see. Oh, we can untrack this thing. Let's see. Find owner off. Oh, that's tracked with the Workshop Plus. So I've got to track down the owner. All right, so we're going to climb this thing. And this is always fun, climbing a gigantic ladder up here. Apparently, I haven't tried this myself, but in the notes that Mod Hunter sent me, if you climb back down again, the physics kill you instantly. So I will be going into workshop mode. But what's interesting is when I get to the top up here, which is so high, I can go into workshop mode still. So this is still like the normal vanilla build height, which is ridiculous. But yeah, here we go. So you can see we've got these crazy gigantic windmills up here. Looks like they're all rigged up into the power grid of the whole area. Man, I really got to get that LOD fixed. Can't wait till season 3 when we can ditch all mods with loose files. Shaking my fist at those stupid looking trees. But yeah, so we've got this nice little power setup, and I think he's hidden some of the objects we have built into the Project Blueprint mods that generate power. We have a handful of these little, the physics are all funky up here. We have a handful of these little guys right here that actually generate power, so you can kind of hide power generation in whatever you want, which was exactly what we wanted them for. And so yeah, so this actually generates quite a bit of power. We've got 39 power right now. And yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome. It definitely goes for something I wanted to see here, of lots of windmills and taking advantage of this tower up here. Now I think I still want to do something kind of fortifying this thing here and putting more, if not martial plots, then gunner posts of a sort. Almost like this can become the last stand. So if they're under assault, they can kind of wall themselves in here and get up high in the tower and shoot down on their enemies. I like the idea of that. So, all right, so let's go ahead and add a couple of more settlers here. So I'm going to use one of the little Project Blueprint mod tools. I was going to install there's a Minutemen button settler, but it requires a whole bunch of other mods. Like it requires two other mods itself, and one of them requires another mod, and I just like, I forget it. So maybe I will play dress up off camera manually, but because it would be nice to get into the spirit of Minutemen here and give all these people that. But for now, we're going to do this. We're going to do KGP settlers. We'll do 2 more for now because I still have to build a house for one more of them or figure out the bed situation. But I think we determined we're maybe going to use... Oh, hey, here they are. We were going to use this over here, but I don't think I ever pulled the trigger on that. So let's go ahead. I definitely am gonna... I'm definitely going to need to use a bunkhouse. I just don't see a world where we have... Where did that tree come from? Oh, that's part of this plot. Where we have this many residential plots here. I just don't like... I don't know that I love the idea of that. So let's see where that would make most sense. So I'm thinking that I kind of want to attach it to the house here. So let's clean all this stuff up here. Don't really need this out here. I'll leave the little loose scrap stuff. I love the look of that. And we'll leave this for now until we figure out what exactly we're going to do over here. So, well, first it looks like you guys probably want some privacy there, so let's go ahead and build you a quick wall. I'll just build one of these guys, and we'll turn off some snapping. And we'll go ahead and give you guys this, and then we'll get rid of that chair that's kind of in the way. Okay, can we scrap these little railings? No, we cannot. Okay, so we're going to have to incorporate that into our decisions here. What are you doing? Oh, you're just having a drink next to the chem station. That makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead. So we have all these lighting out here. So you almost want to see this be the bar. So maybe it's not, the bunkhouse isn't directly attached, but maybe it's just real close to it. So let's start out by, let's put down some good sized floors here. Kind of get an idea of where this might exist. So if we kind of centered it up, so let's turn the snapping back on. So if we had something like this. Okay, now that's getting right up in the grill of that thing, but we might not actually need it to go a full. So something like that, and then maybe we use the, oh wait, we can do the 3x3s. Forgot about these. Okay, let's try that. Let's try the 3x3. Ooh, this thing's a monster. Nope, that was good. Okay, there's that guy. And then let's go to, where are the, oh, do I not have, let's see, let's go mod config, workshop plus. I don't have free build mode on. Workshop plus, options, free build. There we go. Alright, so I'm looking for the manila piece, this little guy here. I'll just snap you onto there. Oh, what's going on here? Come on, camera. Help us out here. There we go. And we'll flip this guy this way. There we go. Okay, so something like that should be plenty big for us to turn into a bunkhouse. Now those bushes are very unfortunate, but they are what they are. I'm definitely not going to mess around with trying to scrap those with a scrap mod. So let's just lift a little bit up. I want to be flat to the ground. I don't want to have to go. I would rather just live with the bushes than have this look too obnoxiously high up in the air. So, sorry guys, you get to sleep in the bushes, but we're gonna build a little structure around. We're gonna build walls and such, and then I won't have to look at it all the time, and I can forget about it. So, let's start with that. Which walls do I want to use here? Nope, definitely not any of those. All right, let's go check out our project blueprint options. I might just use some of the vanilla ones. What I meant that I definitely didn't want to use there was the random bamboo. That's from the VR workshops, I believe. Let's see here. Wood, walls. Nope. Oh, that was a category. We're not in it yet. There we go. Walls. Okay, what do we have for options here? Okay, those are all our interior walls. All right, we'll go back and use the vanilla ones. That works for me. Wood, walls, here we go. No, we don't want those. We want to get back to some of this stuff. Alright, I'm not exactly sure where our opening's going to be. In fact, I'm going to just use these just to rough it out for now before I spend too much time alternating walls. I'll come back and redo that. And I assume I'm going to end up doing 2 stories on this. Okay, and I'm also wondering if I'm gonna do the bar here, that maybe we leave the bottom floor a little more open. We can use maybe some of this kind of stuff down here. So how does that look? Oh, there's actually one specific. Yeah, it's these ones. So if we had something like these guys. It almost makes me want to turn the first floor into the kind of hangout bar area. Not the whole thing, though. It's so massive. So much space. All right, let's try that. Let's get some of these dividers in here. Okay. Now, is this going to snap to anything? Doesn't need to. Just curious. All right, let's see here. I guess I could try a little to get that straight on, because I do have the floorboards as a reference point. So this. some sort of doorway, which this little section is perfect for. Something like this. So now we've got a pretty substantial little relaxation area there. Can actually stick some bunks in the back. Maybe we get our stairs on here with one of these pieces. I don't usually use that often, but it'll work for this. I believe it's in here. Yeah, this guy. And actually, we would get rid of that. This guy here. Let's see what's going on with this. How floaty is that? We can fix that though. Let's do project blueprint. Structures, wood. There's a support section somewhere. There we go, supports. There's what I'm looking for. Alright, let's turn off the snapping again. I believe this has snap points on it. I'm not sure why it's not detecting. But that's okay. And then let's poke our head and make sure that didn't poke through. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so then if we were to finish off this second floor stuff, there should be another piece of that. A double thick floor. Yeah, here we go. Just want to see. Not too bad for having had to eyeball that one piece of it. Okay, so we've got a nice big structure here. We obviously need to do more. We've got to decorate or do something in here to have it. Wow, that's weird that coloration of that is so light because I used the exact same texture as these, so I must have done something. I must have screwed up something with the normal maps or something. I'm not a good 3D modeler, so a lot of times when I build stuff like that for the mod, I just kind of hack it, and that would explain why the colors are so messed up on that. So if anybody knows why it's so light colored, let me know. I will definitely fix that if somebody points me at the problem. All right, so we're gonna need a bunch of beds in here or interior residential plots. I'm happy with either. And then something in here for relaxation. In fact, maybe, let's see how big the interior residential. Maybe I scoot this wall out a little bit so I can squeeze more of these in here. Some settlements. Residential. Oh, this is actually kind of perfect. Let's see. Surface, I can snap off, it's fine. Let's just open to see if this thing would snap in. Oh, I can't believe how perfect that is. Okay, there's that. And yeah, I could see maybe still scooting it over just so that we could have kind of a walkway in there, but let's see. Come on, you gonna play nice for me? All right, and then we'll scoot this guy in a bit. I don't know what the heck it snapped to. But we want this fully inside here. Where is our fuse box? There it is. There we go. And then, of course, whenever we use those number keys on here, we need to update the position data. It records. Record position. There we go. Okay, so that's two of those guys in here. I guess I'm not really going to squeeze a third one alongside it because that would have to push this in quite a bit. Maybe we put a separator wall in between those two, though. Nope. Walls. Where are our options again? Oh, shack half wall. Beautiful. That thing's got some aggressive snapping on it. Okay, so they get a little bit of privacy there. Unlike our children of Adam, who are just intentionally all bunked together in a pile. Yeah, actually, I can kind of give them their own little quarters here. And maybe that's how we break free from the typical bunkhouse feel of... I'll actually take the extra time and give everybody their own little Our little room of sorts. So then we can do we have a really thin one that's just this one? I guess that kind of works. I might poke through the top, but I can deal with that when we get up there. Oh, yeah, we'll deal with it later. Okay, yeah, that actually does fit in there. All right, but I want to shrink there. Shift this guy down. Nope, did not want to do that one. Up one, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot about my little fancy lock key. Object locked. There we go. Unlock it. And let's go get ourselves some doors here. I don't know where that door's from, but oh cool. My auto open doors is working. There we go. And you guys need a little bit of power. Oh yeah, that thing's poking right through. That's right, we'll deal with that. Maybe we can line it up so that there's a wall laying right on top of there or something. That's fine. Alright, so if we assume this is going to be some sort of relaxation area, we 100% need a bar there. So let's go ahead and grab a interior commercial plot here. Let's see how this guy looks in here. That's not too bad. And maybe we can put down some couches or something to cover up some of those bushes. We'll figure our jukebox. We'll figure something out. Okay, so we need some power in here. I'm going to want to swap out some of these walls. I hate doing the exact same perfect patterns. It just feels anti-wasteland to me. I love everything looking kind of scrappy. Same with those. I might switch some of those around, but we're just kind of roughing this out right now, so we'll leave it there for now. All right, let's head over to the power again. Grab our little conduit friends. Where are you guys? Here we go. Make sure our interior plots here have some connection. And we'll go ahead and stick another one this way as well. And we should get that all wired up into our mega grid there. So let's do, let's pop over to some settlement section. We got quite the selection of power poles here. Sure, I'll just use this guy. Can you reach over to here? No, that's... Whoa, oh, got knocked out of workshop mode there. Oh, did not mean to quick save. Alright, let's try that again. Let's turn off auto exit. There we go. And nothing says safety like a power pole up against the water storage. Go. Does everything light up over here? Yeah. All right. Pop our head in here. You got power. So that means I'm sure these two got power. Yep. Great. Not sure why no one's assigning to them, but okay. All right. So there's the start of our bunks with a little entertainment area right over here. Okay, so now we need, so we just did one job there. We've got the commercial plot. We've got our, how many do we have here? We got 2 farms here. I know I'm going to put a couple more here. We've got our 1 recreational plot. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 7 people, so we can definitely do some more here. Let's get some defenses up because we've only, oh, we do have 1 martial plot up there. So we've got 1 job, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get 2 more jobs in here. Alright, so where would I put So we assume we got our training. We're going to do our kind of obstacle course stuff out here. So I guess we need somewhere to put our armory. And to me, that feels like something you would want in the heart over here. I don't think I want this 2x2 plot up here. I mean, maybe I do. Let's see what that might look like. I've never actually tried doing this. I know it'll work. I'm just thinking about how this might work as far as nav mesh and everything. Or if maybe I should put a layer of floor on this. That actually might be not a bad idea. Let's pop over here. Got our flooring options. No, definitely not that. Let's see here. Can we turn on? Alright, let's scoot this thing a little bit down. Just so it's covering up that. Okay, so I guess what I need to do here is make sure I can actually walk down there without conking my head. Come on, you can do it. That'll work. There we go. Alright, pop out of workout mode here. Oh yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, you were the one I was looking for.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Come on up here. Show me that this works. Alright, let's see about sticking an armory up here. So go over to SS. Marshall, 2x2. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And then, of course, wire you into the grid. There we go. Now, I don't know if I'm going to floor this whole thing up here, or if I do, I'll probably change them out. In fact, I already hate all of these pieces of plywood. So I'm going to swap some of them out. Let's see. Do we have... I don't know what we have for floor options in Project Blueprint mods. Wood. No, I don't want walls. Floors. Here we go. Yeah, you don't have much there. How about non-wood? Building kits, warehouse floors. No, that's miserable. That is way too clean. What about deco? What do you got? Yikes! That's no good at all. Okay, we'll stick with the classics. We'll just stick one, and it's just going to be that type of wood that's there, but just a little bit of variation in these floor pieces are going to make me feel less miserable about all this. And then once the building plan kicks in and covers up some of this, that'll make it more palatable too. Let's see. Oh, are you not going to snap in for me after all that? That's fine. Okay. I guess we should select our actual building plan here. And we got our little armory. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like I'm going to need to do something else with this, just because this is just so much higher than the rest of that. I guess I could lower it a little bit. It's not worth fussing or over right now. We got a rough idea there, and that obviously that gap needs to be closed up. All right, let's see if we can grab somebody and assign them and see if they actually make their way up here. How about you, good sir? You look like an armory man.
Got it.
Oh, well, you just teleported up. He's like, no, I want to be the armory guy. Get over in your little spot. I wonder if he can even make it over here. Maybe that's why he's not. Let's see. Here. Come here. Move to player. Let's see how you handle that. What do you think, bud? Can you work your guard post? Okay, and then the we gotta see if anybody's assigning to any of this stuff. It doesn't appear they are. Did I actually turn auto assign off? Some settlements, assignment. No, it is all on. Auto assign from away from beds off. Okay. Well, I mean that explains why like Abernathys aren't being assigned, but I don't care about them. Let's see. You've got a job. You've got a job. You're working that thing. You're good. Just gonna find the one lazy settler and put them into the commercial business here. Get our little bar built up. Nobody? Okay, well, you guys know what I'm about to do. Up, there they are. Found them. You are a bartender now. I guess we should make sure we're going to get a bar here. Captain Crash Chem Reliance. No, that is not what we want. Although maybe we will have that eventually. Okay, what do we got here? Hobo bar. Let's do the pub by Oh No. Let's see. I mean, that sounds perfect. Culture of the pub is the center of the community. That is going to be a center to our community here. All right. Still not sure why they're not assigning to the residential. Oh, I know exactly why. I just realized I have the time scale set down to almost nothing, so it's probably messing with all of the scripts that would normally fire. And I did that just to make sure that the weather wouldn't keep changing while I was recording this. So I'll have to fix that. But there we go. So we've got the start of what's going to be our kind of secondary big structure. I'm definitely not going to do, when I say bunkhouse, I'm not going to just do, you know, spamming beds and repeating the exact same pattern at every level. I want it to be a little more interesting than that. So I don't know what exactly we're going to do to make sure it becomes interesting. I imagine once we get this thing up another level, we do a connecting bridge and this just becomes like a big giant structure. But we'll play around with it. We got lots more time. We're in no rush here. So again, if you guys have any ideas you want to share, definitely go ahead and post screenshots of what you would do with this place. The latest version of this layout should be available on the same page as last week. I will link that again below, that you can go download this and grab the latest update, build it in your own game, and then you can make tweaks to it and do whatever you want to do with it. So you can either pick it up and build for yourself, or if you want to send me screenshots or export your layout and send me your layout, I can maybe incorporate some of your ideas directly into this build, and we'll kind of build it all together. And we'll keep trying that for a while. If it's just me and Mod Hunter after a couple more weeks, I'll probably keep silent on that. So if any of you guys want to participate and make this a community build, definitely send in your ideas in the next couple of weeks.